So I was listening to the Joe Budden podcast. I can't remember which episode it was, but I'm pretty sure it was on Patreon.
Okay.
And so if you don't have it, you probably won't see this because it's not like a clip that was viral.
Mm-hmm.
But it just made me think about this discussion, and I wanted to bring it to you.
Okay.
So Melissa said that one of her friends told her several years after it happened that she slept with someone that Melissa used to sleep with. Now, I want to be super specific. Melissa made it clear that the guy was not her man. That was not her boyfriend. It was just somebody she was kicking it with. She had sexual relations with them. And her homegirl were friends during this particular time. And she would tell her homegirl, like, it was good. You know, she was enjoying her time with this guy. So the friend slept with him years later, not while Melissa was sleeping with him.
Okay.
But never mentioned it while it was actively happening.
Okay.
Just slept with him. Actually slept with him on a trip that they all were on together. So what I gather from it is Melissa and the guy remained cool enough to be on a trip somewhere together. And this homegirl was invited. She was there too. And at some point on the trip, homegirl gets missing. Melissa calling her like, where is she? What the hell did she go? Blah, blah, blah. Come to find out, she was missing because she was with homeboy. And they was having sex on the trip. So in my mind, I'm trying to figure out two questions. One, is it okay for you to sleep with one of your friends' former booty calls without asking them, like no discussion? You just do it because, well, the person didn't really mean anything to them. And then two, if you decide to do it and you don't necessarily ask for permission, is it weird that you wouldn't share, even though y'all are active friends? You talk about other things, but you just didn't mention the fact that you're sleeping with someone that I used to sleep with. Like, is the friend wrong on both sides?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good question. Is it wrong? I think just as a friend. It's like I said last episode. First, we got to define friend. What is a friend? You know what I mean? Like how close are we to this person?
She said that she loves this person with her whole heart because they asked the same thing on the podcast.
Yeah.
Like, this your friend? She like, no, like, this is my girl. Like, I love her. Like, this is my girl.
Okay. So I think it's just courtesy to say, you know, I am engaging with this person, or even before, if you see it going in that way, you communicate like, this is where it's going.
Yeah.
You know, and you leave it open for them to express how they feel. Not even necessarily asking for permission, but saying like, I want to do this. This is how it's going. Would you feel any type of way type thing? But you got to be conscious. You know, you talking to your friend. I'm sure she laid out a very descriptive experience that she had. She probably also expressed that she was not taking this person serious, did not see a future with this person. It was just fun. So sometimes in somebody's mind, it's like, oh, it's not that deep. It's not that serious. And you telling me it's amazing. I'm only going to hear that about how many times before I might dip my toe in and see if it's just as good as you say it is.
Y'all nasty. I can't. I'm gonna let you finish though. Go ahead.
But I still think it causes more issues not saying anything if that's your friend and you value a relationship than if you just say something. Ron and I just dealt with this the other day. I communicated something to her that she could care less about,
right?
But just as a friend, I ain't want it to be an issue, and I ain't want you to see it or find out about it, not through me, but through something else.
Yes.
So as a courtesy, I reached out to you, told you, you was like, yeah, I don't care. But I was like,
at all. Yeah.
It would have been an issue in my mind if you saw something and you was like, oh, didn't know that was happening.
Yeah. And you know what else that taught me or showed me? That if I'm in that same situation, I would extend you the same courtesy, right? Because I would think you wouldn't care in that specific thing outside of like making sure it's cool, like who's going to be exposed to these things, because stuff is expensive and you just don't want to have the wrong people in the wrong setting.
Yeah.
But yes, that's one, I've really appreciated you being so courteous in that way. But it just speaks to who you are as a friend. You know what I mean? Like, you do care about the potential fallout of something. And I just felt like in this story, her homegirl just didn't. But again, I'll let you.
No, I think it's courteous to say. I mean,
yeah,
wrong. I don't know. The rules of your relationship dictate if that's wrong or not. Men, not so much. Like men, like when I was in college, which was a different point in my life. Like, yeah, there was what is it called? Eskimo brothers. Yeah, that happened a lot.
Yeah,
like a lot. Almost like, yeah, like like it sounds
like
bad.
You should like, I'm referring
like,
her to
go
you.
Ahead. Like,
you should do it. It was great.
It was great. Like, yeah,
10 out of 10.
Yeah, I would
make
recommend.
Make sure she give you the Wednesday night special. Crazy. Oh man.
Sometimes it was that, but I mean that's her choice too. I mean, especially if you're dealing with teammates on a team, like you know they know each other. You know that's you trying to experience something too. So it's not like it's one sided in that nature. But men tend to care less if it's openly expressed. Like, I don't care about this. But if that is my homeboy, especially like if I was in adulthood, I think that I would communicate to, you know, my close friend that this was a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if it's not like a friend, like close friend, an associate, somebody I know, then probably like, nah,
probably not.
I've done that before.
Yeah.
To an associate.
I mean, I'm not surprised. Let's put it that way. I'm not surprised. I have not had this experience.
Okay.
And I have had a hard stance on this for as long as I can remember. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm in the minority. I feel like if I have touched it, licked it, it's no. Like, why are we sharing people? What's the point of that? I just don't get it. And I also think it's crazy. Like, I hear it, but I think it's because it's a cautionary tale. But I think it's very crazy that I can't tell my homegirl that the sex that I'm having with this guy is good out of fear that she's going to want it.
I mean, you could tell her. But if you selling something to be life-changing...
I'm not selling it. I'm just talking to you about it.
But if you are talking about something that's life-changing, somebody might want that experience. That's just a risk you got to take. It don't matter if you tell somebody this restaurant is great. If you tell somebody this trip was great. If you telling somebody this is life-changing, best you've ever had, best in the world, you can't blame the mind to start wondering. Now, are all friends going to take up on that? And no, that doesn't mean that, but I'm just saying the mind goes where it goes. And if you painting this picture, and especially if you expressing like, I do not see a future with this person, this is just fun, so then they categorizing it in their head like, oh, she ain't even serious about this person anyway, it's purely physical, nothing emotional.
Right.
Not saying it's right, but I'm just saying is that
I don't like that.
You painting that picture. But what you gotta stop doing, because I used to tell dudes this in college, and we used to always tell this with teammates. We used to tell this to our young boys too. Like, you know, when you got older and our older guys our old heads told us this, you know, it's like, don't fake like it's not an issue and you don't like the person. Because if you say this person is somebody you don't really like and it's just this, don't be mad when somebody come along and get with her, you know, after you. Like, if you like somebody and it bothers you, say that. Like, express it, communicate it.
Yep.
Don't try to act all cool like it don't bother you or somebody where like, I don't care about it. If it bother you, express it. Because like you say, we talk about friends in this thing. Like, not strange. Like, if it's a friend, express it. Like, there's even been times to where I've expressed to somebody's like, I'm talking to this person, I'm pursuing this person. And I see, you know, one of my homeboys like trying to pursue her too. And I'm like, listen, this is a situation. If you want me to step back because you really trying to, I'll step back. But just let you know that I'm, you know, trying to put in some work right here.
Yeah.
And it's like, just communicate that, because I actually am feeling this person. So I just need to know, because I ain't trying to compete and do this at the same time. So I'm going to let you know this where it's at. You let me know how you want to move forward, and then we move forward that way. It's an easy conversation to have.
Yeah, yo, I am literally, maybe I'm in the minority. I just don't understand this at all. I've experienced it from the other end. A friend of mine wanted to mess with somebody that I used to mess with.
Okay.
And she came and asked me if she could do that. And my answer to her was, you're an adult. You could do whatever you want to do, but your choice will alter our relationship.
That's fair.
Like, totally.
That's fair.
So, yes. But what I will say about it, the question itself bothered me. Why are you asking me, can you mess with somebody that I used to mess with?
The worst thing somebody can say is no. There ain't nothing wrong with asking.
Yeah, see, you
have an issue with somebody asking.
Listen, let me say this. I have maybe high standards for friendship. I have no desire to sleep with anybody that you slept with, was in a relationship with. If I have knowledge of it, I don't care if he fine. You told me that the sex was good. Like, I could get a fine guy with good sex elsewhere. He's not the only one. Why do I have to do the one you were doing? That to me is just weird. I do not understand it. I never will understand it. I just won't. Unless my friend was like, you know what? I was messing with this guy and like, he was cool and all, but I feel like he would be better for you. Maybe, just maybe in that situation, because she's saying it's just not a good mix.
Would you feel different if somebody that you was just messing around with, they actually want to take like serious and think they have a true connection with that person?
No, it's a problem for me either way, because how do you know you want to take somebody serious when you don't know them?
Like, you go have your husband and you gonna be down a friend.
Period. Facts. Big facts. That's the exact answer. Knock yourself out, dog. Like, if you want it that bad, because to me, that's just strange. Like, why are we sharing humans in that way? So you think it's wrong
for just asking?
Why do you want to do it? Why?
I'm just asking.
But why do you want that?
Because it's been some time.
Because they that fine, they that whatever.
What if it's been like 3 years?
I don't care.
You ain't talked to the person. I ain't talked to the person.
Because they're a stranger now.
I
to
moved
me
to
and
a different
you.
place. Now
Yep.
I see they work next to me and I'm like, hey, what's going on? We end up catching up and it's like, oh, like this is, and they ask, how Ron doing? I ain't talked to her in like years. Like how, and kind of build something that's like, maybe she won't care because we got a little connection.
No, you don't. You just spoke. That's not a connection.
I'm just saying, like, over time, they see the person and then they like, after months or something, they like, maybe she won't care because it's been a long time. That was like a small, like a thing they did, like a little fling.
Yeah.
Wasn't something serious. I'm going to come and ask her, like, would you care if we did it? I don't think there's nothing wrong with asking.
Yeah, fine. I'm not into it. Yes, if you really do want to do it, you should ask. I agree with that advice.
Yes.
But for me, I am going to intake that as you have a problem with loyalty. If you want a friend,
the answer no.
Yeah.
Just in general.
I interpret you as a person that lacks loyalty. You don't have a strong sense of it. Because why would you even know? I have a lot of girlfriends. Lots of them. I'm really sitting here trying to think, like, I don't even see them that way. It's weird. Like, they're guys, anybody that they slept, again, not a one night stand. Nobody really talks about one night stands. Like, they don't come up in conversation. But if you've been booty calling with this dude for 3 months, 2 months, and you're mentioning him to me, nothing about him makes me think, like, even if I ran into him later,
so if
I
it was
would
like
constantly
1 or 2 times that you wouldn't care that you were involved with somebody. Like, it wasn't nothing really serious.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. It's too many people in the world. Like, why do we have to share bodies? Like, if we haphazardly share bodies, fine. Sometimes you just don't know. But if I know, why would I sleep with him?
What if it was somebody you dated and liked, but y'all never slept together? And maybe y'all talked for like 2 months, 3 months, but it just kind of ended up fizzling out for a reason. But you liked them, thought it was something, but y'all never slept together. Was sleeping together the like...
No, because I just think it's dating. I think it's dating. So maybe in that situation, it just depends on how far things got in 2 months. I know you said no sex, but I don't know. I don't understand it. I never will understand it, the need to share humans. There are too many of them around. Like, why do we have to have dated the same guys? Why do we have to sleep with the same guys? Why are we doing that? It's no need for that. Asking me permission to sleep with someone or date someone that I used to date. Why, sis? Like, you need help? Because I could just, why not just hook you up with somebody else? It's just, I don't like engaging or going towards things that I know could potentially be awkward, right? Like, if you and this guy are kicking it and me and you are friends, if he really, like, y'all really start kicking it, not even on some getting in a relationship stuff, just he's around a lot. Now he gonna be at game night and it's like, to me, I'm always going to look at him as that's a guy I was doing it to.
Can they be friends?
Yeah, they could be homies. I mean, like, they can be friends in the sense of like, hey, what's up? We in a social setting, but like friends as in what?
Like, no
contact. It's done.
I don't want you near.
And I'm telling you, to my friends that listen and watch. Matter of fact, to the anybody, tell me what y'all think. Are you more like Dre, where you just don't care?
More anymore? Like Dre. I ain't saying that I do or don't care. I'm just saying that I'm just trying to get I don't think asking is crazy. Mm-hmm. I've had people. So all right, I'm married now, of course. Mm-hmm. Been in a relationship for 6 years now, 7 years. Mm-hmm. Committed relationship. Mm-hmm. You know, got to specify that for some of the other people that don't. They don't rock that way. Mm-hmm. They got different type of relationships. But I have had somebody that I dated that my homeboy dated a few years later. Mm-hmm. Right?
Did you feel away?
Nah, I told him like, go ahead.
So
like,
what we talking about?
So that's what I'm saying. It's like, but I'm like, I've slept with somebody that I wouldn't say was a friend, but y'all
were acquaintances in a
we were on the same
circle?
Team.
Okay,
but you know, know each other. Yeah, very, you know, but. I've done that. Didn't ask.
I think that's different.
Didn't tell.
Definitely think that's different. That's not friends.
As far as a friend, I've had some of my best friends that we have had relationships with the same woman. Mm-hmm. She was fully aware. We were all fully aware. And it was like, oh, cool.
Yep. I think it's more common for guys. Oh, yeah. I really, really do. I think men care about it less. I'm not saying never. But I think men in general care about it less.
I think men typically will care about it if it's somebody that they actually like and care about. Mm-hmm. Or for some dudes, if you thought you bagged this bad like joint that's kind of like you did it and that was like your thing, and then somebody else come in and you want to be like, nah, that was just me. Like, you want to feel special. Like some dudes want to feel special. Like that was me. Like I put in the work. You know, I got one, and you know. But then if 2 or 3 other dudes come, but like one of your homeboys, then you don't feel as or a guy may not feel, because it doesn't apply to me or every man, but a guy may not feel as like, you know, I'm that dude if that happens. But
listen, at least you know with me, it's the rule is the rule. It's clear. It's not situational. Nope. It's not, if we are friends, nobody that I slept with, dated, was in a relationship with should be of interest to you. And I can assure you, nobody that you dated, slept with, or was of interest to you is like true interest, not like you liked them from afar. Nothing ever happened though.
Well, here's the next wrinkle for y'all at home and for Rhonda. You're now married. And somebody you messed with in the past, dated, slept with, whatever. Yeah. Now a friend is like, oh, I will, you know, same situation, like having sex with them or doing whatever. Do you feel like it's wrong to hold on to that relationship and tell them no if you're already married to somebody else?
Be clear. My issue with this situation has nothing to do with the person I used to date. If I'm over them and I'm not seeing them anymore, it has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with my friend.
Yeah, but you moved on. You married.
I moved on even if I did marry them.
So even if you married, they can't.
My issue is with my friend. It's not with the people. I don't care who the people are. It's you, home. It's you, friend. It's the friendship that is in question. It's not the person, because honestly, it's some people that I dated, child trash. In fact, you probably shouldn't date him. But if you want that, because he crazy as hell and he a mess, he a liar, he a whatever. I mean, I could just I don't care about the people, the actual man that I'm not with anymore. It's my friend wanting to date somebody. And listen, if I'm in a relationship, I'm not going to make a big stink about it in the sense of like beefing with my friend. Yeah. Just like I told my friend years ago, like, you can do with what you want. I can't tell you as an adult woman, you cannot do this. But I said this to her and him because they actually asked me at the same time. We were all together. And I was just like, this is real crazy. Like, this is very crazy of y'all. Like, but y'all grown. And if you want to, knock yourself out. I'm not going to mess with either of you like that. When it's all said and done, they never slept together. They did go out. To my knowledge. But I actually think both of them would have been honest with me if they did it, because they asked. They went out one time and that was it. And I felt that was shady. Still do to this day. I'm still friends with her.
You got you.
I'm still friends with her, but I did not like it.
I just feel like being married, I then relinquish like the ability to be like, nah, to anybody that I dated in the past. Now, I think it's also different for me if you engage in like a short, like sexual relationship versus like you intimately like getting, like building a relationship with somebody. I feel like that's like two different things. But yeah, I feel like being married, when you enter to your relationship, it kind of, because then it's like, why you care about that?
Yeah, that's why I said I need to be clear. I don't care about them. I care about you, my friend. And like I said, I do have high friendship standards, but it's because I hold myself to them. So I'm only asking for what I'm going to do. Flat out, period, point blank. So shout out to Melissa, shout out to Dre, and all of y'all that can just be like, oh, friend, no biggie, have at it. I'm not them. I'm not mature enough.